Number 1. Don't flame. Even though this is self-explanatory, but I'm noticing for quite some time now that in 9 out of 10 games there are at least 1 or 2 flamers in each team. What people don't seem to understand is that when you put out hatred or any form of negativity, this will affect your entire team, not just that one person that you are flaming. What will happen is that the player who you are raging against will most likely perform worse. When someone plays bad, he's probably already frustrated with himself. If you call him on playing bad, it won't get better. Makes sense, right? If you notice anyone being toxic, don't talk to them and just mute them and their pings so you can focus on your game. Even though I understand how frustrating it can be when you play with someone who's performing poorly. Try to be positive. Try to focus on winning the game by yourself and help out your teammates that are winning. And no, this won't be the case in every game, but sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. Remember, we're all human beings with feelings. Your words can have a bigger impact than you think. What you allow is what you will continue. Number 2. Play easy champions. If you play high skill champions, you don't own the knowledge to play those champions. This seemed quite logical, but I've seen a lot of games where people play champions that are simply just too hard for them. For example, champions like Rumble, Azir, Lee Sin, Syndra, Draven, even Shaco. These aren't the only ones, but you get the point. This doesn't mean you can't play them or won't do well with them, but if you don't master them, you will lose most of your games due to your lack of knowledge. Number 3. Don't try out new champions in ranked. We've all been in games where people trying out champions and your team got completely tilted because this one player thinks he's faker, but nah, he's not, you know? And if you want to bring a champion into ranked, make sure you played at least 50 to 100 games with them so you actually know what the champ is about and so you know what your champ can do and what he can't do. If you play the champion enough games, you have a higher possibility of winning the game than when you don't. Makes sense, right? Number 4. Don't ban your teammate's champion. Oh my god, I've seen this so many times. We have a 10 ban system, and the system makes you be able to ban champions that you don't like to play against. But if your own teammate wants to play a champion, whether or not you agree, it's his decision or her decision to play that champion. And if you ban it, the chances are they will troll. They will troll you hard, you will lose the game for free. Like, basically for jack shit. So, nowadays, even the champ select tells you when you're about to ban a champion that your teammate picked. So, there are no excuses to ban a champion. Just don't do this. Number 5. Don't think you know everything about the game. Most players in lower ELO think that they know everything about the game and they can't take any form of criticism. How many times did you had this guy in your team who walked solo in the enemy jungle without vision, then he got caught and said, "Oh my god, where's my team?" And you told him, "Mate, you were solo, please stay with the team and we are fine." He told you to shut the fuck up because you're a French piece of shit. If you are one of these players, it's time for you to analyze yourself, your gameplay and your behavior. If you were so good in the game, you wouldn't be hard stuck in bronze, silver or gold. Sometimes you just have to put your ego aside to accomplish the goal, which in this case is destroying the enemy nexus. Number 6. Stop picking fights when you're behind. In many games I've seen that when someone is behind they keep fighting and dying over and over and over and over, and you get the point, right? Example. When you're in lane against a Nasus as Renekton, normally Renekton would beat Nasus. But if you got behind for whatever reason, you won't beat the Nasus 1v1. Try to farm under your tower and wait for your jungler to gank. If he doesn't gank you, just let the tower go, don't die unnecessarily. If your teammates are skilled enough, they will come to help you. If not, you try to help them. Dying won't help the team to win. Number 7. Don't expect Smurfs to win the game for you. A lot of higher ELO players are blamed for losing the game or are being told that they are boosted or they bought the account. But just because someone is a godlike challenger tier Blitzcrank doesn't make him a good Fiora. Most players are high ELO because they one-trick the shit out of one champion and are smurfing to play with their friends or they try out different champions. Number 8. Don't build the same build over and over again. Each and every game is different in terms of how the game goes. Adjust your build and playstyle to know how the game is going. If the enemy is full AP, you have zero reason to build a tournament. If the enemy is full of tanks, don't wait to buy your penetration items until it's too late. If the enemy is full AD, that Spirit Visage won't do you any good. You can press tab and see what the enemy is building. If they build tank items early, you buy penetration items early. If they have no tanks at all, you can go full raw damage and kill these scrubs, right? Number 9. Don't be a negative Nancy. When someone dies early, don't start typing out GG well played or open bot, mid, top, whatsoever. In low elo, every team makes mistakes which can lose them the game. Yes, there are exceptions where a game is just a hopeless case, but we all have that. Even in LCS that happens. Any form of negativity will affect your team and lowers the morale of all the players. I've seen the nicest players turn into flamers because of how many times this happens. We all have our boundaries and the amount of crap we can take before we burst into rage like a pissed off Trunks and Dragon. Number 10, the final of the don'ts. Don't play ranked games with bad internet or FPS. A lot of games are lost due to people having bad ping or shitty FPS. Don't you hate it when your team is winning or the game just started and someone keeps DCing over and over again, which loses you the game? It's not fun for anyone to play with someone who has this happening to them. You hate it, your team hates it. Fix your internet or processor or graphic card before you go into rank. You will only get a bad MMR and you will lose your team some ELO, which is completely unnecessary. Even better, don't play at all if you just can't play. Remember, it's a team game where people want to have fun and relax as far as this is possible. No one wants to play a 4v5.